You know what that is? It's first day of school. Dropped the kids off, got a new school, got the old school. Yeah, do you have kids going to a brand new school this school year and you're trying to figure out what's the best way to drop them off, what's the best way to drive them, what bus do they take if they're going to take a bus, when does it pick up, drop? Anyway, we're right in the middle of that first school day right now, so I hope he's doing good. I know one boy's doing great because he's in the same old school. The older boy is in a new school now. I just hope, middle school was awkward for me. I was the chubby, kind of limp hair that I hated, nerdy. It was just one of those times. I don't think, like, if middle school are your best years, then you got a long future ahead of you. Anyway, all right, let's shave while we've got, you hear that? Peaceful, peace and quiet. I'm the only one in the house. Well, me and Cinnamon, the dog, but she's in there on the couch. She just had a little accident on our new bedspread. Got a little sick to her stomach, I guess. Anyway, let's block all that out and let's shave, shall we? I didn't shave yesterday because we went back down to Schlitterbahn for one last hurrah down in New Braunfels. And so let's get out a razor that people always like. Whenever I ask which razor I should use to like shave off my beard when I do that No Shave November, they always say the Gillette 1918, the one that's 104 years old. That's what this one is, the dead man's razor. Because I guarantee you, whoever purchased this razor new is no longer with us. So wherever you are, he's not behind me, is he? Wherever you are, man, I thank you for buying this and putting it out there. Now it's time for me to shave with it yet again, and I will probably be added to that list, 100 years from now. Someone else hopefully will be shaving with this thing and wondering, was that Sinatra lens 100 years ago? Now he's just a head floating in a jar, shaving. Anyway, I don't know. All right, it's getting weird already, and we haven't even started shaving, so let's do that. Enough chat. All right, so I took a shower, did my hair, put some hot water down here in the bowl, put some hot water on my face. We got the razor set up, the 1918 Gillette with a feather blade, a brand new feather blade in there. I grabbed this Razor Rock synthetic brush just because I like it, and I like these see-through ones. That's kind of cool. I'm going to get that wet down in there. Aftershave bayonet butter because I haven't used it in a while. This was from Locks & Company out of Honesdale, Pennsylvania. And the shaving soap is Williams Mug Shaving Soap. Old school as old school gets, man. They've been making this stuff since, I think, the 1850s. Something like that. Anyway, this is a new one because it's got a .com on it. So this is not vintage. This is just something you can find wherever. Now, if you've never used Williams before, and I maybe used it twice, so I barely remember what it's like. It's just a good hard puck of soap. Stick it in your shaving bowl or keep it in your hand like I'm going to do when I lather. Lather up and shave. No nonsense. And I kind of like that stuff. You know me. Hopefully you know me. And I got some shout outs and I have a comment of the week. I get so many lovely, nice, sweet, supportive comments from y'all. And I've decided that every now and then I'm going to pull one of those comments and read it to you because I just think it's nice to add a little positivity back in the world. If it's shared with me, I want to share it with you. Okay, enough chitter chatter. Let's lather up. As I said, I'm not going to use a bowl. I almost did. I should use a bowl with this old mug soap or like one of those old coffee mug looking bowls, which I don't actually have. I'm just going to hand lather here. Just lather in the bowl that God done give me. He done give me two of them. Anyway, this stuff lathers beautifully. Look at this. Wow. Okay. All right. Ooh, it's pretty rich and thick. Feels slick. It's hard to hold. I'm gonna put it down here in the sink. And if you do hand lather like I just did, don't waste it. Grab it off there, put it up on your face, and then take the brush to it just to kind of bolster the amount that you've got on your face. Let's do it. Yes, the first day of school. And even though it's been the hottest summer on record here in Texas, in Austin, hottest July ever. No one has ever experienced the heat we did, at least in modern, record-keeping history. I can tell that things are starting to shift. There's only 2 days this week that it's going to be over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, so I don't know how, only here could you look at that as a positive thing. All the others, it's going to be like 92 next week. I'm busting the sweaters out, getting a parka. Did I just drool? Gross, sorry. This cool weather is already making me drool. All right, we got the Dead Man's Razor, 1918. Yeah. Just as simple as you can get. Look at that. That head is just there to hold that blade, and that's it. And that's all you need, folks. I mean, when they start adding other things and adjustability, that's great. But unnecessary additions, well, you probably all know what those are. I won't list them. You probably can tell. But King C. Gillette, I'd love to know the actual history, and I bet that Razor Emporium knows everything about these razors and has put out at least one 30-minute video on them. So I need to search that out, because I would like to know a little bit more about these razors. I'm not a razor historian. I just like shaving with these kind of things. You know me. This channel is not about trying out all the absolute newest things that are available and knowing everything. If you want that, there's forums like Badger and Blade, and those guys talk about that stuff, enough that you will get exactly what you need. And there's a forum for every interest, isn't there? Like, I know all of the different aspects of John Lennon's Rickenbacker guitar, but I don't know much about this razor I'm using right now. I have a working man's knowledge of it. How about that? Okay, we got some shout outs. Oh, we missed a birthday on August 12th. Jenny, happy belated birthday. That's Dana Omansky's fiance, Jenny. Her birthday was August 12th, and he emailed me, dear, longtime friend of the channel, Dana, and unfortunately, I'd already recorded the Friday one. I did it on Thursday. Normally, I like to record on Thursday just because I like to have my Fridays off. You didn't know that little secret, did you? So sometimes I do it on Fridays. You never know. But anyway, happy birthday, happy belated birthday, Jenny. And to you, Dana. Shout out to you. Thanks for being such a long time faithful watcher, listener, however you want to put it. How many of you out there have used this specific type of razor? This type of old ball end Gillette? Let me know what you think. What are your experiences? I mean, it is as no frills as you can get. I mean, it is pragmatism at its finest. There are no bells and whistles in this thing. Except for the little ball, I guess. It's like, well, we got to make it slightly decorative. It is 1918 after all. Let's celebrate the end of the Great War. I almost said, let's celebrate the end of World War I. Can you imagine if somebody had said that? All of his buddies would be like, what? What do you mean World War I? Don't tell him. All right, let's shave. Let's lather up again. So this Williams, now I bought this a couple years ago, so I think that some of the scent has evaporated or, been lessened, because it's just an extremely light, classic soapy scent, This is a fairly no frills shave today. After car drop off and going to 2 different schools now and bringing snacks for the week, and I needed just a no frills, like easy going, just a little shave today. So thank you for indulging me in my laziness today. But this is one of those open comb razors that when I was a kid always scared me. I must have seen my grandpa with one, because I was aware of them. It just never, got beyond just general vague awareness of these sorts of razors. Weird, right? I just had a thought. Isn't it weird that this razor and Grandpa Grungy and some of the other ones I have from the 50s and, earlier, the 60s, all these razors were just floating around out there, waiting for me to find them. Isn't that weird to think about? I mean, I like to think of it like that. Like they weren't waiting for me, but they kind of were, you know what I mean? That's kind of cool. I don't know. When I was born, the instant the doctor slapped my rear and made me cry, this razor was sitting out there somewhere. Oh, ooh, that gave me the chills. That's weird. Ooh. I don't really want to call it the dead man's razor because I don't want to define the man's life by his death. I just wonder who it was. Who used this before me? How long did they use it on a regular basis before they got a new kind and put this one in a drawer? And why did this one get kept? How many of these things are in, 100-year-old landfills? I don't know. God, I wish I could know all that stuff. Don't you wish, whether you believe in an afterlife or not, don't you wish that you could get all the answers that you want when you die? It's like, okay, so what really happened in the Kennedy assassination? Well, here we go. We'll show you. Or, who bought this razor? What was his name? What did he look like? What, and they'll be able to show you. Oh man, that'd be so cool. All right. I don't know. I love learning about the past. I love learning about history, but it is dangerous to dwell in the past. Learn from the mistakes and the lessons of history so that you don't repeat them, but don't only dwell there. That is something that, unfortunately, we don't have the privilege, or not privilege, but we can't do that. Words fail me at the moment. Sorry, folks. Okay, we got another shout out. Now this one, I swear sometimes you guys and your screen names, you crack me up. So this guy's got an ASMR shaving channel where he doesn't do any commentary, he doesn't chat like I do, he doesn't talk, he just records himself shaving. You know, the old ASMR style, that relaxing thing that some people, I don't get it, it doesn't work on me, it creeps me out sometimes. I haven't watched your channel yet, so I don't know if you creep me out yet, but I'll check it out. Anyway, so he has an ASMR wet shave channel, and his name is Fat Squatch PNW. So Fat Squatch PNW, PN as in Nancy W. Shout out to you. Check him out if you like ASMR and you like shaving and you don't want to hear some guy just blather on about who knows what. Go check him out. So Fat Squatch. That reminds me of the Trailer Park Boys and Bubbles talking about the Sam Squanch. Oh, it's a Sam Squanch, Ricky. Do you guys know that, I said this a while back, but I went and saw the Trailer Park Boys in live in concert here in Austin. It was like 2017 or 16. And I actually got on the Netflix special. You can see me sitting in the crowd listening because I was like in the front row. Somehow I bought a ticket last second. I got in the very front row. And then I went on stage when Julian was selling cheeseburgers. So I bought a $10 cheeseburger from Julian. And you see it in the video. So check it out on Netflix, Trailer Park Boys live in Austin. I know I discussed this before, but that was a while back I talked about it. We got another shout out, and she didn't ask for a shout out. But when I was mentioning Olivia, another post shout out to Olivia, who's still watching out there, 8-year-old, right? 8-year-old? Was that right? I believe so. Shout out again to you, Olivia. Anyway, when I was saying, I got a shout out for a young lady, Annika thought I was going to say, or she thought she was the only woman that watches these videos. And Annika, you have been around for as long as Dana has. I mean, there's some, Caden Christensen, there's some viewers that I recognize their names. They've been around forever. And Annika, shout out to you. And she used to write me these long comments. And I always felt bad because I couldn't respond with the same length. But you don't have to write those long comments if you don't want to. We got a good relationship going, Annika. Thank you for being here still. And shout out to you. And girl Alex, there's several women that watch now. Most of them seem to be like the wives of the guys that watch primarily, but sometimes the wives or girlfriends will listen in and either think I'm weird or wonder why their husband's watching me and that kind of thing. But anyway, shout out to you, Annika. And Olivia and everybody else. Jenny and Dana. All right. We're getting close, folks. Getting close to the end. We're getting close to the comment of the week. I'm not going to make this a regular feature or anything because I don't want you guys, writing comments that'll just overly be kind to me so that I'll read your comment. I can tell if you're being disingenuous. Can I? I don't know. Hey, I can't. I like to pretend. Oh, you know what I saw yesterday that I haven't seen since I think May? Rain. It rained on us in New Braunfels. Oh, it didn't rain here in Austin. Well, it rained like 100 drops, but got a decent rainstorm down there. So that was, oh man. Whew. Felt good, folks. I know if you live in, a rainy climate in the world, you're like, what is this guy talking about? But when you've lived through this summer where it was just brutally hot. I mean, it was hot all over, dang it. And so it was extra hot here. All right. If it was hot where you live, like in the UK, you know it was hot here. All right. Let me see if there's any problem spots. Oh, it's still there. It's still there. Do yourself a favor. Go on eBay or go to an antique store. You don't see too many of these in antique stores. You see gems out the wazoo, which I don't like. But go on eBay if you have access to it and find like a Gillette old style ball end or something. I'm not sure exactly what to search, and find one of these for cheap because they're not very expensive. They're not like super popular. So try it out. It's good. It's good. It's slightly aggressive, you know, it's just enough. You know you're shaving, that's for sure. All right, time to put on a little bayonet butter soothing tea tree aftershave. Get the devil out of that brush, just like old Bob Ross. Let it dry here in the sun. Oh, here we go again. It's like burying your face in your pillow at night when you're tired. And several people comment that they feel the same way when they do it. From that last video where I talked about doing that very thing. All right, Locks & Company. Bayonet butter. It's kind of the consistency of a pomade, but it's an aftershave. And it smells like tea tree oil and who knows what else. I'm not sure what tea tree oil smells like, but I guess this is what it smells like. It's kind of it's not like a patchouli at all, but it's kind of like that kind of a smell you'd smell if you went into Whole Foods in the the natural scent aisle. That's what I kind of feel like. So with this stuff, you gotta warm it up in your hand because it is like pomade, like Murray's. And then you smear it on, but man, this stuff coats your face. It does not burn because there's no alcohol in it. It smells pleasant. It looks a little greasy at first, and it's kind of hard to wash off. I don't know if you can see the sheen on my hands, but just a little hot water and a little soap takes care of that. All right. Well, I hope you all have good luck with your kids that are going back to school either this week or next week. I know it's coming up soon. Maybe the ones that are just still been in because you've got one of those year-long school type things. Are those still a thing, the year-long school? I remember when I was a kid, they tried to make us go to a year-long school where you didn't have the entire 3 months off at summer. And as a child, I was like, no! Kind of the same feeling when they were talking about making us wear uniforms, which I think is a good idea now. Now I do, as a parent. Anyway, okay. So this is the comment of the week, or the day of the week. We'll say the week. We'll just do one. So I read through every single one of the comments. I can't respond to all of them. I try to put a heart on some of them. Some of them I almost don't want to put a heart, but that's very, very, very few of those. But anyway, so this one caught my eye, and I thought it was really sweet. This is from Green Day Fan 72. And he says, and I think this is in response to, I said, why do you watch my videos? So Green Day Fan 72 says, your personality makes your videos great. I love listening to you. Without being weird, you have a way of making my stress levels lower. You have a calming voice. I look forward to your next video. Happy anniversary. So the thing that struck me in that one was not the saying, oh, your videos are great. It was that I have a way of making his stress levels lower. And I hope that I can have that sort of effect on you. Like I can calm you, or like I can just be a voice in the background if you're doing housework or if you feel lonely, you know, that kind of thing. I feel the same way when I listen to, movies or TV shows or YouTube. You know, you just don't want to feel alone. So anyway, so Green Day Fan 72, thank you. You are the comment of the week. And the rest of you, have a great week. Good luck with all those after-school activities and whatever else. Hope you got all the school supplies and figured out the bus routes and drop-off and pick-up times and all that jazz. And I hope that everybody just is doing very well. And I hope you feel the optimism of the heat wave ending. And autumn, I can't wait. It's my favorite. I cannot wait. October and November coming up. All right. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye.